بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها النبي إذا طلقتم النساء فطلقوهن لعدتهن وأحصوا العدة واتقوا الله ربكم لا تخرجوهن من بيوتهن ولا يخرجن إلا أن يأتين بفاحشة مبينة وتلك حدود الله ومن يتعد حدود الله فقد ظلم نفسه لا تدري لعل الله يحدث بعد ذلك أمرا فإذا بلغن أجلهن فأمسكوهن بمعروف أو فارقوهن بمعروف وأشهدوا ذوي عدل منكم وأقيموا الشهادة لله ذلكم يوعظ به من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر ومن يتق الله يجعل له مخرجا ويرزقه من حيث لا يحتسب ومن يتوكل على الله فهو حسبه إن الله بالغ أمره قد جعل الله لكل شيء قدرا واللائي يئسن من المحيض من نسائكم إن ارتبتم فعدتهن 3 أشهر واللائي لم يحضن وأولاة الأحمال أجلهن أن يضعن حملهن ومن يتق الله يجعل له من أمره يسرا ذلك أمر الله أنزله إليكم ومن يتق الله يكفر عنه سيئاته ويعظم له أجرا أسكنوهن من حيث سكنتم من وجدكم ولا تضاروهن لتضيقوا عليهم وإن كن أولات حمل فأنفقوا عليهن حتى يضعن حملهن فإن أرضعن لكم فآتوهن أجورهن وأتمروا بينكم بمعروف وإن تعاسرتم فسترضع له أخرى لينفق ذو سعة من سعته ومن قدر عليه رزقه فلينفق مما آتاه الله لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا ما آتاها سيجعل الله بعد عسر يسرا وكأين من قرية عتت عن أمر ربها فحاسبناها حسابا شديدا فحاسبناها حسابا شديدا وعذبناها عذابا نكرا فذاقت وبال أمرها وكان عاقبة أمرها خسرا أعد الله لهم عذابا شديدا أعد الله لهم عذابا شديدا فاتقوا الله يا أولي الألباب الذين آمنوا قد أنزل الله إليكم ذكرا رسولا يتلو عليكم آيات الله مبينات رسولا يتلو عليكم آيات الله مبينات ليخرج الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات من الظلمات إلى النور ومن يؤمن بالله ويعمل صالحا يدخله جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا قد أحسن الله له رزقا الله الذي خلق 7 سماوات ومن الأرض مثلهن يتنزل الأمر بينهن لتعلموا أن الله على كل شيء قدير وأن الله قد أحاط بكل شيء علما.
As the gender war rages on, in order to keep the peace, we must discuss the exact facts. Welcome to Exactly. I'm your host, Saudi Man. Remove your shoes and enter upon your right foot, upon the right state of mind. Bi'idhnillah. Topic: why casual sex is trash. Casual sex in Arabic can be called zina. This is sex outside of marital wedlock. Sex outside of marital wedlock can be called zina. If you are not married, and there are different variations of definitions, but if you are not married, we'll call it holistically the zina of fornication. If you are married, then it is the zina of adultery. So zina covers fornication and adultery. Do not get it twisted. Okay? I'm sorry, someone's calling me, so we're gonna mute that. I think that was a mistake. Nevertheless, Allah Ta'ala says in the Quran, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Zuyina linas. Okay? The zina that men, hubbu shahawat, that the zina that man, what man covets basically, his love of what he lusts after, min an-nisa'i. So Allah has given us a list of what man covets, of what man lusts over, what man desires. And Allah called it the zina. Zuyina, the zina of man. Uh, the treasures that men covet, the things that he lusts over. Okay, Allah Ta'ala mentions number one, the women. So women are very, very instrumental in where our lust lead us. Dave Chappelle made a joke. He said that men don't buy nice cars because we like nice cars only, but we buy nice cars in order to attract women. Another comedian, if not him, said that if man could attract a woman living within a cardboard box, he would not buy a home. So again, a lot of our dress, the colognes that we wear, the edifices that we purchase, the cars that we drive, even certain cars are called chick magnets. Okay, so women are very strong influence in our lives. Muhammad Sallallahu says if there was a taboo, it would be, and I think one hadith he mentions women and camels, and things like that. So again, we have to understand that, and women may say, what about us? What about us, and how we are attracted to men? Well, in the plural, men are attracted to women. Okay, I should say a man, go singular, is attracted to women. Okay, and a woman is attracted to a man. I'm not saying she won't find men attractive, but she's attracted to a man. Women have a language. I do at the end of this show, I do the delusional dating profile of the week. Women have language. You guys, even if you're not looking for a woman, you have to read these profiles. Because women say, I'm looking for my person. I'm looking for my partner in crime. If a man uses that language, he's a charlatan. He's a deceiver. Okay? If he uses that woman language. Women want their person. Women want their person. They want their partner in crime. They want their Clyde to the Clyde to their Bonnie. This is what women want. Women nest. They want to nest, and you bring the food, you bring the worms back to the nest. That's what women want to do. Women don't want to go out and hustle and bustle. And even those that do have degrees and careers and things like that, they are told, if you find your person and he makes an ample amount of income, and you be assured that he won't abandon you, would you leave off your work? And Kevin Samuels used to ask the question that, how many children do you want? They say 2 or 3. He says, do you want to work to pay significant bills after you are pregnant? Okay. And most women will say no. Even if they say yes, he will say, so you want to pay bills? They say, oh, no, I don't want to pay bills. So ideally, a woman wants a man to take care of her no matter what the degrees are, no matter how much money she makes. If she can find a man to offset that grind, she would choose to stay home. I've been married several times, and I'll get into that. But my wives knew that they could just stop working. If the work became too much, if they were being stressed out by fellow employees, co-workers, they were being stressed out by the boss at work, if they were having car trouble, if the job was too far, traffic, whatever the case was, they knew that they didn't have to work. Even one of my mother-in-laws bragged. She said, wow, you can work or not work. It's crazy. And then my wife, I don't know if she's watching, one of my ex-wives, watching, that she made way more than me. And she didn't have to pay any bills if she chose not to. So again, women pride themselves on that. And when she became too stressed out over her job, she took a break because she had a man to fall upon. This is a woman's nature. So a woman wants a man their person, as they say. And a man wants women. Don't get it twisted. Even if he's just with one, stop telling that man what he desires. You do not know what he desires. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, brother Jihad. Uh, Alhamdulillah. Yeah, you caught the live finally, mashallah. Shukran, ya akhi, for viewing. Looking for your input. Um, so, so the title of this is, you know, why casual sex is trash. It is trash. Let me give a perspective. It is not just trash because Allah Ta'ala says haram. Not just that. I'm talking about as a concept, it's trash. Yes, it's haram, trash. It's haram, it's trash. Enough said. Khalas. Safi. It's done. Finished. It's enough. It's trash because it's haram. But let's talk to non-Muslims as well and say that it's trash as a concept, and these are the reasons why. Even though it's trash because it's haram, here are some of the wisdoms. Okay? Now, it was narrated by Abdullah ibn Amr, that the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the world is but temporary joys. Okay? The world is but temporary pleasures, temporary joys. And the best temporary joy or temporary pleasure of this world is a righteous wife. Now, we're not saying when you hear temporary, this is the translation, okay? We're not talking about a wife for a short time. We're not talking about that. We're talking about life is fleeting, okay? Life is fleeting, and we cannot expect something fleeting to be here long. Some people die stillbirth. They don't live life yet. The life they had was in the womb. They die stillbirth. Some die short after, SIDS, crib death. Some die as toddlers, some die in old age, anywhere in between there. But the life is but fleeting. It is a short existence for us. So Muhammad SAW said, of the temporal pleasures of life, the best temporal pleasure is that of a righteous wife in this life. That of a righteous wife. Okay? He didn't say sex. Muhammad SAW was known that he loved the misk. He loved the oils, the scents. And they say he loved the women. He loved women. He did not make zina, a'udhu billah. He did not make zina, but he loved women. So he did not ever leave the women off, never became a monk. Monasticism was not ordered by Allah Ta'ala, neither did Muhammad SAW practice it. Okay? So, nevertheless, he married. He said, whoever does not approach the women through nikah, through marriage, is not of me. They're not following his sunnah, those that leave off the women. Even if you read certain ulama, traveled, did not marry. They had malakat a man. They had companions of the right hand with them. Yes, they had companions of the right hand with them. Okay, so of the temporal pleasures of this life, in this world, this temporal world, this fleeting world, a righteous wife is of the best of them. He did not say a random woman, but a wife. Not a random woman, but a wife. Why not a random woman? You've seen some of them, artificially or natural. You've seen some of them, artificially or natural. So why not just a random woman? Of course, zina is haram, but let's talk about the wisdoms, okay? I became Muslim at the age of 20. Full disclosure, I became Muslim at the age of 20. And after becoming Muslim, I married probably up to 20 times. Up to 20 times, okay? I shouldn't say marriage, I say I made, zawaj, I made nikah, okay? 20 times, After shahada, okay, 20 times. approximately. Okay, I lose count. Before Shahada was a number. After Shahada was a number of partners. Okay, Zojat. Okay, after Islam, over 100, over 100 women. Not rich, never have been. Over 100 women. I have knowledge of over 100 women. Okay, uh, and I'm saying that's trash. When Wilt Chamberlain came out and said he had relations with over 100 women, of course he can buy women. He can buy one a day. Did he say 1,000? I'm not sure. I thought he said 100. But nevertheless, he can buy women. I didn't have the luxury to be able to buy anything. Okay. Uh, so nevertheless, and after all of that experience, it's trash. Random women, casual sex is trash. I'm saying it with all my knowledge and all my experience in the game. Okay. Islam made me want more. You know, Islam made me want more. How many times have you seen these Borno, I won't say the P word, Borno stars, female variety, quit the game, get burnt out in the game, and said, now I'm looking for a husband? Even after that, the OnlyFans, burn out, now I'm looking for a husband, or what have you. It's it's crazy, okay? Islam made me want more. Just as them, they get burnt out, they want more. You want more essence, more meaning, okay? More meaning and more essence. That's what you want. That's what you desire. This becomes tiring. I'm gonna tell you something else. That is not. I didn't make this up. Something that I understood. Uh, when a man, I think the discussion was Michael Jordan at this time years ago. When a man has access to too many women, too many randoms, too many randos. Okay, when a man has full access, when these NBA players get off of the bus and walk into the hotel lobby to go to their rooms, they have, it's almost like a buffet of young, impressionable, somebody's daughters laying and lounging around waiting to be picked to go up to the hotel room. One brother was a concierge. And when Dominique Wilkins came and played for the Spurs for a little bit, short time, Dominique Wilkins came and played for the Spurs. He said he would show up every night with a different woman. You say, man, you snitching. I don't care about that. This was over 20 years ago, really. If his wife is mad now, she deserves, whatever. So nevertheless, it's almost a different woman every night, if not a different woman every night. This is crazy. That behavior leads to what? LGHD TV 4K HDMI. LGHD TV 4K HDMI. That's what it leads to. You become burnt out. You become burnt out on women. If you don't seek a higher, what could have saved a lot of these people? Wife or multiple wives. It could have saved them. Could have saved Kobe Bryant. Could have saved Michael Jordan. Could have saved Magic Johnson, so on and so forth. These individuals, this was an option for them to be saved, but they believe in kufr and they practice kufr. And I'm not saying people that call themselves Muslim don't practice the same kufr, but subhanallah. Okay, so you want more. You get burnt out. You want more. I didn't get burnt out of women, but Islam, when I became Muslim, Islam said, now you have to be a man. This is how Islam's social system defines a man. This is how a man behaves toward women. So when I got out of prison, I'm looking for a wife. I wanted a strong sister. Okay? I'm looking for a wife. Okay? I wanted more. Same way these OnlyFans, OnlyFans still new, but ex OnlyFans, ex Borno, ex this, ex that woman, they start looking for more. They start looking for more. They with their boyfriends, they're looking upside his head. Man, look, this promise ring is getting old. This engagement ring is getting old. You know, they're looking for more. So Islam made me by virtue of what the dictates of a true believer is and how a man behaves, a believing man behaves, made me desire more. I was ready. I've been ready. I ain't had to get ready. I was already ready. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So nevertheless, the prohibition of khalwa. Khalwa is seclusion. Now, you deal with these people online. Sisters say, you'll make a statement online. She'll come on and she'll argue with you, and then when you're not, you're not relenting, you're not giving up any ground, she'll say, well, we're free mixing anyway, we're free mixing. You argue with women, or we're free mixing. Well, you're free mixing and arguing with men. So if it makes me look bad arguing with women, which I am, the dominant, I'm stronger, my upper body, everything about me, my tissue, my everything, you know what I'm saying? My fibers, stronger, rougher, tougher, my skin, my hair follicles, all of that. If it makes me look bad to argue with women, then how does it make a woman look arguing with a man? Okay? So nevertheless, we go past all of that and she'll say, well, we're free mixing anyway. I say impossible. Impossible having a debate, in an open room with whoever amount of people, thousands of people observing or reading it. How can we be free mixing? And this is the problem. So we have to go back and understand the term khalwa. Khalwa, seclusion. Muhammad said, when a man and a woman, non-mahram, man and woman are alone in khalwa, seclusion, shaitan becomes the third. Now, how is khalwa in practical terms, defined? If you want to do the act, you could do the act. This means making the head of the penis disappear into the vagina. That's when you're in khalwa. So even we debated, or it has been debated, if she's in back of the cab, he's in front of the cab, she's in front of the cab driving, he's in back of the cab, is that considered khalwa? Some said no, because you could pass by, you can see, and some say no, because she's in the back and he's in the front, and he's in the front and she's in the back, so on and so forth. So there was a debate there. They say khalwa, if she is the boss at the job, if she has her office, can she have a private consultation with this one employee, because the other employee is not supposed to hear the details or the intricate matters? And then they said, well, she has to leave the door open. Some said no, she has to leave the door unlocked. And some says she can even lock the door, but she has to leave the blinds open. You have to remove khalwa. You have to remove seclusion. And that was the discussion, okay? So there's a prohibition of khalwa. Why? Because if you're in true khalwa, you could put the head of the penis in the vagina and make it disappear. And that's considered jama'. That's considered intercourse when the head disappears. Okay? Brother Jihad says, get that real quick. He said, is a Muslim man a munafiq for engaging in zina? No, he's weak. He's weak. It's considered fisq. It's considered transgression. He's not a munafiq. A munafiq may participate in Jannah, but zina doesn't make a person necessarily munafiq. It doesn't. It means he's weak. He's weak. He needs to man up and control his, his quote unquote destiny, control his situation. Don't put yourself in those khalwa, as we're discussing, situations, inshallah ta'ala. Okay? So there's a prohibition of khalwa because something possibly can happen. Now, let's say I'm with a certain woman, I'm not attracted. She's with me, she's not attracted. But that doesn't mean we can be alone together. There are women that could walk around me nude, wouldn't touch them. And I can walk around certain women nude and they wouldn't touch me. Okay? But that doesn't remove the prohibition for a man and woman non-mahram to be alone where if they wanted to do something, something could happen. Okay? And if you mix in drugs and alcohol, oh man, all bets are off. All bets are off. Okay? So, but we're not discussing that because we're Muslims. We're not into drugs or alcohol. Okay? We shouldn't be anyway. Nevertheless, human beings are social creatures. Okay? We're very social creatures. We're not, aloof, hermits. We are social creatures. And because we are social creatures, there has to be parameters to how we interact with each other. If I'm in a sister's DMs or she's in my DMs, we are not in khalwa. There's no seclusion there. I can't, no matter how blessed a man is, he cannot make the prepuce, the head of his penis disappear into a vagina through the DM. You can't. Now you say, brother, well, he can do a lot of haram, but he can't do that. And that's the discussion. That's the subject. He can't do that. Okay? So calm down. He can't do that. Block him. Unfriend him. Stop making a big deal. Oh, he's in my DMs. Well, not only he's in your DMs, the brother that you agree with, the brother that's part of your sect or your cult, he's in your DMs too, telling you about the other guy in your DMs, and you telling him about the guy in the DMs. Y'all in each other's DMs. Just all religious, So again, it is what it is. So we are human beings. We're not animals. We are not animals, okay? So yes, we're social beings, but we are not animals. Like Muhammad Sallam said, like two devils or two dogs that meet in the middle of the road. He describes this as the people that go and make zina, they make illegal sexual intercourse, and then they, not under wedlock, and then they go out and tell people about it. They're like two dogs that meet in the middle of the road, or two devils, okay? And we're not animals, okay? So we need to back up and behave more like human beings, okay, and not like animals. Even though we do take certain lessons and examples from the animal kingdom, at the end of the day, we are aql. We're not ghair aql. We are aql. We're intellectual, rational beings, not like animals who are ghair aql. They do not have the discernment that human beings have, okay? So nevertheless, casual sex destroys societies. It destroys. Forget about yourself as an individual. Everybody worrying about themselves as an individual. Individual. Everybody worrying about themselves. Casual sex destroys societies. So whole societies get destroyed by casual sex. There's a military rule. The Kafir military has a rule banning adultery. You sleep with somebody's wife, a woman sleep with somebody else's husband, oh, you can be in trouble. Matter of fact, the rule is this: maximum punishment under UCMJ Article 134 for extramarital sexual conduct. Zina. Okay? The maximum punishment for adultery, extramarital sexual conduct. Now, this is not fornication. They're worried about you sleeping with somebody's wife sleeping with somebody's husband, because it destroys societies. It destroys the cohesion of a group, let alone a military group, okay? The maximum punishment for adultery, extramarital sexual conduct is dishonorable discharge. You forfeit your quote-unquote benefits, okay? Forfeiture, of all pay and allowances, and confinement for up to 1 year. You can even get thrown in the brig. You can get thrown in jail, the military jail, for a year. Why is that? Just to prevent soldier disunity. Okay? Just to prevent soldier disunity. Can you see where I'm going? Casual sex is trash. Even the kuffar, the people that go over to other lands and start wars, assassinate rulers, okay? Fund militias to overthrow legitimate, quote-unquote, democratic governments. rape, pillage, rob, kill in other lands. Even they don't want adultery within their ranks because it destroys and produces disunity. Okay? Degenerative offspring, that's how it destroys societies. Degenerative offspring through fatherless households. The father is the natural disciplinarian. Not just the fibers, not just the hair follicles, not just the brain, not just the upper body, but the father is the natural disciplinarian. When you remove the discipline from a home and children start acting as degenerates, then you say this child needs more discipline. So women tend to send their child to military schools and to Job Corps and to this and to this and to that instead of sending him to his father's house. Take that boy. I don't need child support. I'm worried about his future. Take that boy. I don't need that little trifling money every month. Take that boy, raise him as a man. I cannot raise a man, but they'll never admit that. What they say, I'm the mother and the father. You act masculine, okay? That is just an act. That is not the reality. That is indeed an act, okay? You're not the mother and the father. You can only be the mother, and you should try to be the best one of them. And the best mothers are the ones that send them boys and girls to their dad, especially after they remarry. Especially after they remarry, just as Allah Ta'ala and His Rasul Muhammad Sallallahu stated. But nevertheless, okay. Ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anh said, whenever fornication and adultery become widespread in a village, okay, Allah commands its destruction. Allah commands its destruction. So the destruction, when it becomes widespread, unharnessed, you know what I'm saying, uncontrollable, like in many Muslim countries, you know, zina is cheap and marriage is expensive. So not only do you see a rise in zina of the hetero type, you see LG HDTV 4K HDMI. You see them start to pop up, you know. It's crazy. It's literally bananas, okay? So also there's another hadith that says when this happens, new diseases that were unheard of before start to occur. New diseases that were unheard of before. Not the ones started in the Wuhan lab and things like that, but these are not lab diseases. These are societal petri dishes. Just like people that practice LG HDTV 4K HDMI, there are specific diseases for them. Specific for them. And if a woman gets it, the doctor tells her, is your husband LG HDTV 4K HDMI? That's what the doctor will ask. Because there are certain diseases that are common with certain behaviors, okay? Certain fecal behaviors, nevertheless. A wife's idiosyncrasies. Let's talk about the idiosyncrasies of a wife. Let's talk about marriage is far superior. I'm not gonna get deep into it. There are other people that have way better discussions than I am having right now. But we talked about the harm of zina, the harm of free sex and free mixing and things like that, and what it actually is. Let's talk about a wife's idiosyncrasies. Whether you like her, don't like her. I've had some that I didn't like, hated even, some that I'm cool with even today or married to. Okay. So, a wife idiosyncrasies. Okay. Thought pattern. You know what she likes. You know what she don't like. You know her thought pattern. Man, let me pick these socks up. Let me take a second to pick these socks up, boy, because she going to say something. You already know her thought pattern. You know her thought pattern. You headed home. She texts you, babe, I have to run to the store real quick. I'll be right back. I apologize. I'll be right back, So you come in, you tired, look at the dishes, not done. Just wash the dishes real quick before she get back. First thing she gonna say is, "Oh," you know. See, you know her thought pattern, okay? That's a wife. That's a wife, okay? Even if it's wives, you know their thought patterns, okay? You know their speech, okay? You know their speech. You know their speech. You know what they will say in this situation, that situation. You know their speech. You know what to say to get something back from her. You know what to say to get something negative back from her. Okay? You know their speech pattern. You know what they will say in that situation. Babe, are you sure? You know, you know what that means. Okay? You know what that means. Okay, so you know their behaviors. You know their behaviors. So when the behavior changes, you start be like, hey, something ain't right. Something going on. Let's have a family meeting and let's sit down. Let's discuss it because something is off. Something is off. You know what I'm saying? So you know their behaviors. That's a wife. That's her idiosyncrasies. You know what I'm saying? You know those. Okay. Uh, Beyond that, your wife's smell. You know your wife's smell. That means something. Okay. That means something. You know your wife's taste, okay? And use your imagination, okay? You know that. That's common for you, okay? That's common for you. I'm going to talk about why I'm talking about this, okay? You know what she like. You know she likes sapphires, rubies, diamonds, white gold, platinum. You know what she likes. If she likes lilies versus roses, you know what she likes. It's your wife. It's not that woman that that woman. You bring her a rose. I hate roses. Bring her a red rose. I like white roses. Oh man, I messed up. Well, you don't even know her. Why are you giving her a rose? Give her the thorn. Bag up the thorns and give it to her. It's not your wife. Okay? Nevertheless, you know her abilities. Okay? You know her abilities. If you came home and you saw something wasn't done because something distracted her from finishing that thing, you know she would normally have this done or that done. Okay? You know her abilities. She got tired. You know her limitations. Okay? You know her limitations. My ex-wife told me the other day, she said, one of them, she said, just say yes. Because I was unrelenting. I said, something don't make sense. Okay? And I'm a professional in certain things. Okay? I know the thing, that I know, profession wise. In training, job experience, I know what I know. And she said, just say yes. Just say okay. And I had to catch myself and say, she's right. She's right. Just say okay. It's not that serious. Okay? So anyway, nevertheless, birthmarks. You know her birthmarks. And if she got a bruise or something, you like, hey, what's that? What's that? Oh, I bumped it's not the birthmark. It's not the birthmark. Okay? You know her scars. That knee when she fell down when she was young. You know what this one is, that type thing, okay? Her imperfections. You know about, this toe curls. These are straight, this one curls, or whatever. That's your wife, you know her. If you have more than one, you know them, okay? That's and she knows about you. I'm not just going there. She knows about you. So that is the intricate matters of husband and wife. We know each other. Okay. Why is it that when one of them passes, they call the spouse in to identify. Burnt, rotted, whatever the condition, bloated from being submerged underwater. Can you identify this body? Yeah, that's my wife's birthmark. Nothing else looks like your wife, but that's my wife. I know that one. You know, that means something. Now look at the randos, the randoms, trash. And look, might be really good people, okay? But for you, trash. Casual sex is trash. Not the person, the act with that person is a trash act. There's no good in it, no good comes from it. You do better eating out of a trash can to sustain life. You can't sustain life through casual sex. You destroy life. Okay? So these randos, this zina, this casual sex, death. Death. Above death is hell. But see, I want to talk to the Muslims know. It's haram, so we know. Okay. Now, I want to talk to the non-Muslim too. Casual sex is trash. I want to talk to them too. So I'm going to say death through disease. Or if not death, something that makes your life very, very uncomfortable. Okay? Because a lot of those are incurable. They can sterilize you where you can't produce anymore. Okay? One guy followed the Water to Deen camp. I walked in the masjid in the lobby. He said, "Dad, how old were you when you first had sex?" He said, "Oh, son, the times now ain't like the times then, and y'all got AIDS now." And this is years ago. I said, "Subhanallah, la ilaha illallah." This was almost 30 years ago. I'm like, subhanallah. His first thing he started throwing out to a supposed to be Muslim child, he's throwing out. Come to find out, I don't know if the was even Muslim. They call him Hakeem. I don't know if he was even Muslim. Allahu Alam. So anyway, it's like I say, over 30 years ago, almost 30 years ago. But nevertheless said, "Oh, son, you start talking about AIDS." I'm like, talk about halal haram. Talk about the punishment of Allah. Talk about Jahannam. Talk about that. Talk about the ghadab. Talk about the displeasure, the anger. Talk about that. But he said, "Oh, he started talking about diseases." Okay. So diseases, death is a possibility. Diseases are a possibility. And if the disease doesn't kill you, it makes your life, it lowers your standard of life. Okay. Her mate, not just her husband might kill you, her boyfriend might kill you. Her secret admirer might kill you. You got to think about all that because this is on the news, okay? Her family may kill you. Her brother, her uncle, her father may kill you, okay? You may get killed by her. Remember the ex-football player? Did he play for the Tennessee Titans? He's laying on his couch. This Iranian woman killed him. I don't know if she was probably Muslim or not. Whatever she was, he wasn't. She killed that man while laying. He took a nap on the couch. He never woke up from that. He never woke up from that nap. This is what could happen to you. She could kill you. Okay? Because you're messing with somebody. They're already unstable because they're open for business. But you're messing with somebody that, may find value in themselves. They may find value in themselves and you don't see the value. They may take your life. "Oh, you using me." But they were giving you, quote unquote, some the whole time to do what? To possibly get that wedding ring, and you never gave it to them. So they killed you. This happened. Okay? It's not happened today. It happened today. I can Google it. Okay? Nevertheless, Uh, the foul smells. If it's not a smell you're used to, the foul smell, the foul taste, you know, you don't even know the hygiene of that person that's heavily caked up with makeup and heavily drenched in perfumes and things like. You don't even know. You have no clue. Back in the day, women, you could tell they were hygienic. They took time and did their own nails and did their own toes. Today, you just go to a shop. You can go to a shop smelling like yesterday, and they still gonna do your nails and still do your toes. Subhanallah. This is a reality. Okay. Um, Allegations. Okay. Allegations. Grape. You know, grape allegations because they didn't have their way. You opened yourself up to it. Why? Because you were messing around with a woman that's not your wife. Okay? Bad enough these days a wife might accuse a man. Alhamdulillah, in Islam we don't have that. But nevertheless, people are getting Me Too from 30 years ago. Statute of limitations is way past, and they're still getting Me Too and getting sued. They just did Trump like that. They just did Trump like that the other day. You know? Something that could not be proven. No evidence, no nothing. Just allegation. You know. Got him. Got to pay 5 million, 2 million, whatever it is. SubhanAllah. Nevertheless, I'm not saying he didn't do it. I'm saying that, man, they suspended. It was New York. New York suspended their statute of limitations for 1 year. Then after that, no more. Why did they suspend the statute of limitations? So they could convict Trump. They changing the laws for people that they hate. Same with these RICO laws. They have no evidence on you. So they're going to use the rap song that you wrote. And we know that's just entertainment. Was the crow outside of Edgar Allan Poe's window saying nevermore, nevermore? Was the crow actually talking? They say, well, based on the drugs he was doing, the crow was talking, but the crow wasn't talking. He wrote the poem, Howl for Drugs. He's one of the most celebrated poets, you know. But we don't have that luxury. We don't have that luxury. Even he cut his ear off to show his love for his girlfriend, as if one ear would attract her more than 2 ears. But nevertheless, okay. So you can get Me Too. It also, again, dealing with her mental illness. You don't know what her mental illness is about. You don't know. And she don't know what yours is about. So she put herself in a vulnerable situation with an overpowering, dominant, entity, which is a man. And things didn't go her way. Okay? So we have to think about all of that. That's why casual sex is trash. It's better to find someone, grow an affinity for them, grow a connection with them, through marriage, and make that person, be nice to him, be nice to her, make them a source of sakina, make them a source of tranquility for you, and not an adversary, basically, or an enemy. Okay? That's why it's so important that marriage, the thing that unites families, not only unites individuals, it unites families. The women say, I'm the Barney, I'm looking for my Clyde. I'm looking for my ride or die, my partner in crime. I'm looking for my person. Well, also your family is going to be joined with that person. Your family. Your family is supposed to be part of the ride or die experience, because your family is supposed to be there just in case there's any marital discord, any nushuz. Any nushuz, they're supposed to be there to mediate, to keep you guys together. Or is it financial? Is that why you all are having these troubles? Let's pool our money together as a family. Or does anybody know where there's a better job for him? Okay? Does anybody know if there's an online job or some media work she can do to help offset the hardships of his financial burden, if she is willing to keep the relationship together? There's all kinds of things. All kinds of things. But to preserve the marriage. Why? For the sake of the children, for the sake of them, for the sake of yourself, your mentality. Now, if it's all bad, it's all bad. And the Lord revealed divorce as a solution, not as a problem. Today it's a problem, but Allah revealed it as a solution. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brother Joe Wyatt. Thank you for joining. So nevertheless, socially, Islam defines a female as what? First, a daughter. Okay, because even if she doesn't have any siblings, she's a daughter first. Okay. Then conditionally a sister if she has siblings. Okay. Then and that you could put aunt, niece, all that is conditional. Okay. Then she is a wife. Then Islam defines her through the social system of Islam as a mother. And wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Jerome Clark. Okay. Then Islam defines as a mother. And that's how the social system of Islam defines a female. Daughter, sister, conditionally, wife, mother. Okay. In that order, with the exception of number 2 sometimes. Okay. Foundational components of a healthy society. These are foundational components of a healthy society. When a woman gives birth to a girl, she becomes a daughter. Okay, she becomes a daughter. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brother Abdul Rahman Khaddam Al Jami. Okay, she becomes a daughter. If she has a sibling, she becomes a sister. If she aspires to have children, she becomes a wife, and after that she becomes a mother. That is foundational for society. Zina destroys this. Zina destroys this. Okay? Zina destroys this dynamic. The foundational components of a society. The foundational components of a society is that a woman, a female, becomes a daughter, sister, wife, mother. And when that pattern is broken, when she becomes a mother before a wife, when she becomes a mother before she becomes, before she, her relationship with a man is solidified, then the offspring will suffer. And this produces degenerates in society. 80% of degenerates. I listed it in a post. 5 times, 20 times go to prison, 9 times drop out, 5 times criminal, on drug, this many times suicidal, all of this. Why? Because the pattern was broken. Now, it doesn't mean that if she becomes a wife and then the mother, there wouldn't be problems with her or with the children or the man to be perfect. It doesn't mean that. We're talking about 80%. 80% of people didn't die during COVID. Give me a break. And they call that the pandemic. There's a pandemic of zina going on, and society is suffering from these degenerates. They went into the prison. They found what was common, 9 out of 10, single mother household. I'm a product of a single mother household. I met my dad the same year I was headed to prison already. I was already on the road to prison. Did my time, never went back. I'm telling you, that's why I pride myself on being a father, because I'm not going to let my children go through what I went through. I will be there. Michael Jackson said, I'll be there. Whenever you need me, I'll be there. And that's what I'm trying to be for my children. Okay? That's what I'm trying to be for my children. So, alhamdulillah, casual sex, zina, if you want to call it, is trash. It is trash. You know what I'm saying? It is trash. Marriage is the adhesive that holds societies together. Okay? I'll repeat for Brother Jawad and Abdurrahman Khaddam and other brothers that did not hear. In my life, I've had relations, legal and illegal. Before Islam, I became Muslim at the age of 20. Before Islam, I maybe have had relations with close to 100 women. After Islam, I've been married upwards of 20 times. If you put both of those together, I'm sure I'm at 100 or cleared 100 of different women that I have knowledge of I've been with. And I can say all those different women, all those different personalities, all this, all that, trash. Not the women, the behavior. The behavior before and outside of marriage. Trash. It's not a brag. It's not a flex. It's literally trash. Marriage, becoming Muslim, understanding the dynamics of a man, his responsibility, and the duty that Allah Ta'ala holds you to as a man. That's where it is. See, they got these people called incels. They're involuntarily celibate. They are very hostile toward women. A lot of the school shooters are incels. A lot of people that assault women physically are incels and things like that. They have a hatred. They could easily sell enough aluminum cans or enough bottle caps or whatever you do, save up money and get a prostitute. Man, bruh, the prostitutes are everywhere. They just want money. But these people are called involuntarily celibate because what they want. They want a woman to acquiesce. They want a woman to naturally desire them. And because they don't desire them, they actually hate women. These are the misogynists. If you speak the truth to a woman, they call you a misogynist, not even understanding what the term means. But if you truly hate women, they call you an incel. So they don't even put the dots on the I's. They don't even cross the T's. They're crossing the I's and dotting the T's. And this is the problem that we have in society. I'm seen as a person that hates women. There's nothing more about this life that I love more than women. I like the baby toe on a woman. Not all of them. I like the baby toe on a woman. But they call me a misogynist. Can't be a misogynist, subhanAllah. You know what I'm saying? It can't be. I've been with, Allah is the alim, I've been with over 100 women in my life. And this casual thing, when I became Muslim, understood what Islam demanded of me, all that became trash. That it wasn't even like, man, I'm trying to get married. Matter of fact, the first woman I married, I wasn't even all that attracted to her, but she had fire in the deen. She was fiery. You know, she was a new Muslimah, covering from day one, learned Arabic in like 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Learned to read and write it in 3 days. She was on top of it. She correcting sisters that so-called born, raised Muslim that didn't wear hijab. It's like, why you don't wear hijab? You don't fear Allah? And sisters was uncomfortable having her around the sisters' classes because all these uncovered women will walk in and she'd be like, you don't fear Allah? And stuff like that. So I love that fire. I wanted her to, when I was speaking at universities and colleges and high schools and stuff like that and other masajid and schools and, Islamic schools, I wanted her to be on the speaking circuit with me. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even technically attracted to her physically. But that's the change that Islam had with me. I no longer wanted that casual trash. I wanted to be a better individual and have more essence. And women want that essence. That's why in all the dating profiles they say what? I'm looking for my person. They're not women don't naturally look for a bunch of dudes. If she's looking for a bunch of dudes, blame the stepdad, blame the mom for bringing that stepdad around and not giving that child to her father. Brother Jawad said, I would say the LGHTV 4K will say, people are the true misogynists. Oh yeah, of course. They bring that fecal matter back to they bring that fecal matter back, to women, and that's why black women lead in the AIDS category. Cause these dudes are going out collecting fecal matter in their pee hole and taking it back and giving it, to the black women. Terrible, it's horrible. LGHTV 4K, subhanAllah. A'udhu billahi min dhalik. Worse than Sodom and Gomorrah these days. Even my sister, who's a Christian, she agreed it's worse than Sodom and Gomorrah these days. Nevertheless, so that brings me to my delusional dating profile of the week. And this is Lydia. Lydia is 39. Okay, 39. She hit the wall already. She hit the wall. Okay. Big and beautiful. See, if a man is big, they never put big and handsome. They never put big and cute. No matter how she looks, and you can't see her, except for her chin. If her chin was a house, she have a mansion. You get it? Mansion? Anyway. So, but when a woman is big, she's automatically beautiful. She's big and beautiful. Okay? So she's big and beautiful, and she probably is. I can't remember how she looks, but she probably is beautiful. Okay, big and beautiful, missing one front tooth. It don't bother me. I'm still amazing. See, she's amazing with the missing tooth. But women say in their profiles, you must have all your teeth. That's what their profiles say. You must have all your teeth. And this platinum crown I have, that would disqualify me from a lot of these profiles if I were looking. Okay, so big and beautiful, missing one front tooth. It don't bother me. I'm still amazing. If it bothers you, keep it moving. Keep it moving. Okay. Have kids, work. It's I see the punctuate. It don't cost nothing to punctuate. Have kids, work, etc. Like a little bit of everything, easy to talk to. Hanging out, grab a bite or drink, see how it goes. Also love poker, and I mean cards. She little joke, little jokey joke. Bonus, if you have a sense of humor, I'm a sucker for a man that can make me laugh. Be a man, a gentleman man. So she wants like 3 men. If I can't tell based on the punctuation, but I think she's looking for 3 dudes. She says, I want a man. I'm a sucker for a man that can make me laugh. Be a man, a gentleman man. That sounds like 3 dudes right there. Could be 4. The dude that has jokes also could be 4. Come with good intentions, I would say, and also punctuation. Come with punctuation. So yeah, she got a missing tooth. That disqualifies a lot of men, even if the back one's missing. Let me say, I want to see all your teeth. They say you better smile in your photo. I want to see all your teeth. No missing teeth. No crowns. No fixed crowns. They say if it's removable, that's fine. All kinds of things. She's saying I got a missing tooth. If it's a problem, So yeah, she putting it out there, boy. Y'all look, that she can be a possible match for you, Jawad. It doesn't bother you. Why mention it? You know why? Because if you meet her in person and she start laughing, she might say, and she might laugh like that, and she might, the order might not come right, and she might say thufferin thuckatash or something, and you was like, wait, why you say thufferin thuckatash, Are you a Looney Tunes fan? And she might say, nah, I got this, my tooth is missing, So you never know how it comes out awkward. So she want to put the tooth out front because it is the front tooth. So she want to put the tooth out front that's missing. So you gotta, you gotta be more compassionate, Jawad. SubhanAllah, man. The woman trying to, she's trying to put it out there. Anyway, so he said big means fat. Yeah, I got this thing. I keep a crowd. I get this thing done, man. Well, whatever happened to fat. I think that's one of the first ones I'm gonna do. It's called 30 Seconds and Gone, but I'm gonna bring it out inshallah soon. I'm dealing with the children. I got 4 babies with me right now, from 4 years old to 9 months, and I'm doing everything myself right now. So whenever I get relief from that, then I can do more of my projects. SubhanAllah. I got another one too. I want to talk to you about it, Jawad. I'm not gonna say it here, but pretty soon, inshallah. So brother said too many red flags. Nah, I just want to. I mean, she big and beautiful, so you got the beautiful, because she says she beautiful, so she beautiful. You can't argue with that. They say beauty is in the high eye of the beholder, although a lot of times they don't be beholding nothing. They don't be beholding no beauty, and they be saying beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So, well, go keep on beholding. I'll be over here. So let me go. Okay, so the brother Jerome said wild and share. SubhanAllah. Anyway, yeah, that's all I got. That's Lydia, man. Lydia is lit. Lydia's nice. She's nice, man. She's got that missing tooth, and she wanted to put it out there. She wanted to put it out on Front Street. That's probably what she. That's probably where she left her tooth, on Front Street. That's probably where she left her tooth, is on Front Street. Nevertheless, that's all that I have. I gotta lay down. Gotta work on my fence in the morning, inshallah ta'ala. Need to get my fence right, man. I'm broke. See, I'm broke, and I'm trying to work on my house, and that don't work. I'm not gonna do no loan or no equity trash. I'm Muslim. I ain't doing all that. So anyway, appreciate you brothers for participating, commenting, share it, like it. Put it out there, bro. Yeah. I mean, as soon as I get my money right, man, I'm gonna branch out a little bit. But I got some stuff I need to do. I don't want to get canceled on my first thing I do, my first show, because I say what I gotta say. But I'm working on something, inshallah ta'ala, and I'll share that with you all pretty soon. May Allah ta'ala bless you all. Yeah, and may Allah ta'ala make it easy for you, brother Clark. Alhamdulillah. That's all that I have. This has been Saudi Man for X Factly. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi